gonna set y'all right here because we can, and that's why we gonna do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. All right, we got you, we got you, we got you. Then we got y'all. We're gonna see what we can do with y'all. There's a story of a lovely lady who was bringing up three very lovely girls. All right, let's see if this gonna do. I just came to see what y'all was doing. See who I can talk to, see what's going on. All right, let's see. Do that. Nope, we don't want that one. We need TikTok, you don't stop. Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Hey, y'all. My hair may be a little drippy because I just got out of the shower, but it's going to be okay, okay? For real. And we're just going to go with that. We just going to go with that. Hey, okay. You almost fell. You almost fell off the table. You almost fell off the table. I need y'all up a little bit higher than that because literally y'all is like, right there. All right, so we got everybody up in here, everybody up in this piece. I really want to set y'all up a little bit higher, but we just gonna go live anyway and see what's happening. And maybe I should put y'all over there and y'all over there, but we got everybody where they are. Twitch, do y'all want to change around? Twitch probably like they getting sick and tired of being on the last little end of, you know, whatever's happening. So I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just leave y'all, but I should put a box or something right there just to see what y'all doing. Anyway, how's everybody doing? Hopefully y'all had a wonderful day. I just came to talk to everybody. I am fresh up out the shower, and so getting ready to go to bed, and I decided that, you know, why not come and talk to y'all, give y'all some love, see what y'all over here doing. How are y'all doing? What did y'all do today? Also, my hair might be a little bit drippy, but I did just wash it, so we're gonna go with that. Full moon rituals, okay? How about that? Let's discuss that. Let's see. Anyway, what y'all doing? What you doing? Y'all, okay, so another thing I was looking at earlier, right? Because I got this book, and I've been talking to y'all about, like, DNA things and that nature, right? And let me tell y'all something. It is very much important if you're going to do your background and history and things of that nature. Please, hey, Kenzie, please make sure y'all actually do a genetics test too, because remember what I told y'all before, mama's baby, papa's maybe. So you're going to be getting some documentation with some people's names on it, and that could potentially not even be the person's mother or father, because if a person is adopted or something of that nature, that could be a thing too. So genetics are important here, okay? So be mindful of that. So how's everybody doing? Killian, hi, welcome, thank you for being here. 67, period. All right, so I have been doing a couple of things pertaining to just getting myself together. Also, energy. This isn't random. Today was activation, period. All right, y'all. We're going to have to watch out for some things. So we got jealousy on the rise. All right. You could be making some people jealous about some things. Why? And again, I didn't even come here for that. I just came to sit here and talk to y'all. But here we are. Envy is an issue. The green monster. Apparently rearing its ugly little head. I am underwater. She said, with $3.06. Oh, you may laugh, because you did not do your math. Period. How was your day anyway? What was the lyrics to that? That was Erykah Badu. Oh, what a day. What a day. What a day. Period. Take it how it resonates. Hey. Yo, I felt actually pretty good today. So I'm going to just, tell y'all about me since, we just here. Kenzie, how was your day? Besides being underwater. Underwater is a good thing, especially depending upon, if you was underwater and it was healing and it was activating. So we could already do some things, and apparently envious. Y'all can not have whatever it is you think that you supposed to have, and then people still be mad and upset. Why me, baby? Hey. I don't know. Let me see. Let me go over here and see what y'all over here doing. So we got, this isn't random. Today was activation. Oh, we back to timelines and things of that nature too. So I watched a lady today explain a timeline in a way that I hadn't seen somebody explain it. Mind you, I definitely loved the way that she explained it, because she was talking about how you meet people on different parts of your timeline, or different parts of your time shift. And oh my God, that lady was amazing the way that she explained it. So she was talking about how, remember I said everything running, simultaneously, past, present, and future, but also at the same time, whatever you could potentially be going through on your timeline is not the same thing that somebody else could be going through on their timeline, right? Mind you, we talking about jealousy and envy here, because why? I don't know. Well, here we are. I don't teach tarot. The link's in the bio. All right. Now, why people feel envious or jealous. So, already read that part. Let me see. It says, welcome to the world of tarot, a place where hold on. The song that is coming on is Oh Happy Day. Well, not coming on, the song that I hear, Oh Happy Day. Now, welcome to the world of tarot, a place where intuition and symbolism meet to guide us on our life's journey. Let me put this over here because I don't want to forget it. Oh Happy Day. All right, so welcome to the world of tarot, a place where intuition and symbolism meet to guide us on our life's journey. I'm Tylishia, in case anybody did not know, and this is I Don't Teach Tarot. I wrote this. It's on Amazon. It's in links in the bio. Okay, because I don't want to say that and then they start trying to ban me and stuff. Why is my thing not working either? Because they will do that. I'm Tylishia, your guide through this unconventional tarot adventure. Whether you're a seasoned tarot enthusiast or a complete beginner, this book is here to show you that tarot isn't just for experts. It's a tool for everyone regardless of your level of expertise. Because one, I don't teach tarot. I started off, going to the tarot channel. To me, it just seemed like it came natural. I didn't really know, I know about tarot and what do you call it, your horoscope, checking your horoscope on a daily basis. And sometimes I stopped even paying attention to that because horoscopes became almost too much like following like they became a little bit too weird and too predictable. So I didn't like that, right? But mind you, spirituality and just life, your life's journey going hand in hand. And so this, how I actually started doing, I don't know if it's like memory or something. That's not the word, but just where you are on your life's journey, right? Because the tarot is like a pathway. You follow through. Anyway, breaking down the tarot myths. In the world of tarot, myths and misconceptions often overshadow the true beauty and purpose of the mystical art. Perhaps you've heard that tarot is all about predicting the future, or that it involves delving into dark forces. Let me assure you, I love God. Okay? Let me assure you, these are nothing but misconceptions that we're here to dispel. Think of tarot as a crystal ball fortune teller for your destiny, but as a powerful mirror. Think of tarot not as a crystal ball foretelling your destiny, but as a powerful mirror. So I don't know why I went fast over top of that, but reflecting the depths of your soul. It's like holding a mirror up to your subconscious, revealing hidden truths and insights that you may not be aware of in your everyday life. Imagine sitting across from your closest friend, pouring your heart out and receiving their honest, loving, and sometimes challenging advice. That's what tarot can be, an intimate conversation with your inner self filled with guidance and wisdom. Throughout this book, we'll delve into these myths, unraveling the layers to reveal the true essence of your tarot journey, right? And so I'm not going to read this whole thing. I just wanted to tell y'all exactly, like, give you a little bit of what was in there and how it was that I came about it. So it teaches you about tarot, but I don't teach tarot. So, okay. Anyway, sitting here as I'm, having channeling messages and things of that nature falling apart or falling out. That could be somebody falling out or falling apart. Anyway, have y'all seen the moon? It's super duper huge and super duper big. All right, right now. So I don't know why we have jealousy and envy on the table, but here we are. Jealousy and envy are both emotional response to comparison and perceived loss. For some reason, it gave death. All right, because you know how people will say, sorry for your loss, but it's sorry for your loss, right? Anyway, but they come from slightly different places. First quick difference. Envy, I want to have what you have. Or jealousy, I'm afraid of losing what I have to you. Mind you, what's for you will always be for you. And what's for them will always be for them. Hey, Brittany. Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. Anyway, comparison and insecurity. When someone sees you doing something that they wish they could do, it can highlight their own self-doubt. Your success becomes a mirror. Mind you, everybody can do anything, which is the reason why I'm saying I don't teach tarot. I actually sat down here and started delivering messages pertaining to my life because everything was falling apart. Meanwhile, back at band camp, everything was also growing and becoming better at the same damn time. So I started giving, it's like tower vibes. So in the midst of a person doing something, somebody may not know what you had to go through in order to even get yourself even whole, or what you're even going through at the brink of the moment that you're going through it. So comparison and insecurity. When someone sees you doing something that they wish they could do, but mind you, they just don't apply themselves or try. Because it's hard to sit down, or it's hard to maybe expose your life to the world. And who the hell wants to actually do that? Apparently me. Here we are. You'll discover that tarot isn't some esoteric tool reserved for a chosen few. It's the universal language that speaks to anyone willing to listen. We'll explore how tarot is a remarkable instrument for self-discovery, personal growth, and gaining profound insights into life's complexities. Together, we'll navigate the fascinating world of tarot, leaving behind the myths and embracing the transformative power that it holds. So, you're ready to embark on this. So, are you ready to embark on this unconventional tarot journey of self-discovery and enlightenment? Because even when I sat down here, I told y'all about me. It was hard because technically I didn't want to go through dark night of the soul, spiritual, whatever they, psychosis, whatever they was trying to explain it as. I didn't want to go through that in front of anybody and everybody, the world, basically, right? Not that I'm important that the whole world watch, but that's how I felt, right? And so as I'm over here telling y'all this happened, love, life, relationships, man, who wants to talk about breakups, separation, divorce, loss of like financial stability, like all of these things. I came and exposed myself to the world discussing this with y'all. And all the while I had to pull myself up together and still deliver the message, even in spite of. So a person that could even be envious or jealous or any of that don't even realize how traumatizing that situation was to me. So here we are. Why I wrote this book. My tarot journey began back in 2019 when I started my tarot channel on YouTube at the same time. At that time, I was newly married and completely oblivious to the fact that tarot cards were quietly narrating the story of my life. At that point, I hadn't yet connected the dots between my personal journey and my tarot exploration. I was wrapped up in the excitement of marriage. The idea that tarot could be a guide in my life hadn't fully dawned on me, and it wasn't until later that I discovered how deeply intertwined my tarot journey would become. Fast forward to today, as I sat down to write this book, which was in 2024, it's 2026 now. I think 2023, 2020, I think it's 2024. Fast forward to today, as I sat down to write this book, my life couldn't be more different. I find myself in the midst of a divorce, went through a period of introspection and transformation, a time often described as the dark night of the soul. It was during this challenging period that I rekindled my connection with tarot. It became my compass, helping me navigate the stormy seas of change and self-discovery to find my way back. Through all of these experiences, I've learned that tarot isn't just a deck of cards. It's a mirror reflecting our life's journey. It's the steadfast companion that provides insight when we're lost in the wilderness of our thoughts. Who would have thought that tarot would have led me back? Mind you, a time when people are going through dark night of the soul and people will actually lose their life and die there. Some people don't make it back through the dark night of the soul. Some people don't make it back out of spiritual psychosis or whatever it is that people are saying, calling them crazy, anything else. And the people that are around you don't make it any better. Why? Because they don't understand what you're going through. Two, you don't understand why they don't understand what you're going through. You would just like for them to leave you the F alone. Meanwhile, they could or could not care about you. Most of the time, people want to put themselves in the midst of something that's happening. Why? Because they want to be able to talk about you. And this is the time when, hi, Majestic Grace, I love you. This is during the time when it's supposed to be about you because it's your journey, but people will try to intercede or overstep their boundaries and now try to attach themselves on your journey in all the worst and wrong ways. Why? I miss you. Where you been at? Well, you don't have to tell me because, you know, we on here. But anyway, I miss you. So here we are yet again. Me getting online and telling all my business. Meanwhile, I'm not really that type of person. But also not being able to or not wanting to tap into other people's energy, but who knew that so many people were going to go through the same thing that I was going through at the same time. And so I didn't have to tap into anybody's energy. All I had to do was tap into myself, and my experiences became other people's experiences. And then people started saying, mind y'all, my hair is wet, so I'm kind of like leaking a little bit. So don't mind me if it's like runny. It's hair is wet. It's greasy because I put grease on it. And meanwhile, then I came here because for some reason, here we are. Anyway, so my journey closely mirrored other people's journeys. And in the midst of helping them, I kind of helped myself. So here we are again. The real inspiration behind writing this book, y'all, YouTube. All right. So the real inspiration behind writing this book came from my YouTube channel, Tarot subscribers. They were always asking me time and time again, do you teach tarot? Their questions and thirst for knowledge ignited my fire within me. I realized that the wisdom that I've gathered over my tarot journey can be a guide for light for others, just like you. So I want to explore the enchanting world of tarot. So as we embark on this journey together through the pages of the book, and whether you see yourself in answers or you're seeking answers, yearning to tap into your intuition, or simply intrigued by tarot's mysteries, always remember that this book is your companion. Together we'll unravel the transformative magic of tarot and uncover how I can shed my light how it can shed light on your everyday journey in your everyday life. Let's dive into the unconventional tarot journey hand in hand as we decode the cards and delve deeper into our souls. All right, so that was me basically telling y'all like how I got here and you know why I was doing what I was doing. Meanwhile, it's hot in here too. All right, so comparison and insecurity. When someone sees you're doing something that they wish they could do, it could highlight their own self-doubt. Your success becomes their mirror. Meanwhile, everything was falling apart. In the midst of falling apart, certain things started falling together. I think I need to get a towel because otherwise my hair is just going to keep like, well, my hair and the fact that it's sweaty in here. Anyway, scarcity mindset. They believe they're not enough. They believe there's not enough success, love, beauty, money, or attention to go around. If you're shining, they think it takes from them. Now imagine going through the worst period of time in your life and other people being jealous of that. So that's kind of crazy. And it also goes to prove and goes to show that sometimes even at your worst, you don't even realize you are a light for other people. Man. Anyway, scarcity mindset, unhealed wounds. If someone grew up feeling overlooked, rejected, or not enough, your visibility can trigger that old pain. Also, sometimes we are just good at what we're good at. So, you know, light beings, people who are, you know, star seeds, things of that nature, y'all just be good at everything. And a person don't understand how you're just always good at everything. But also remember what I told you that the lady said that timelines intersecting. So the way she drew this and the way she wrote, I wish I had saved her thing because y'all would have loved actually to have seen it. She was talking about a lady and her being on her timeline and how her timeline went up and up, you know, this, that, and that. And then she had a big dip, right? And then she said that then there was a guy, you know, his timeline was doing, you know, this, that, and the third. He never had the highs that this lady had. But anyway, when that lady's dipped, this is when she met that man. So she met him at a low point in her life. But mind you, during his life, it was probably something normal or regular for him, which also starts to be the issue because of the fact that when it started to go up, because, you know, she liked him and she wanted to take him with her on her journey up here. But meanwhile, his journey was never going to go that high. So what ended up happening, as she put it, you know, they ended up having a baby and now, you know, trying to elevate him, but it's hard for him because it makes him uncomfortable. But also those lows where she met him at, because that's normal for him. So he doesn't even realize that there's so much more, that once she started to elevate him, it was uncomfortable for him. So their differences made them, you know, it just wasn't compatible. So the lady had to decide to go ahead and leave him where he was. Meanwhile, there's still a baby. So she has to come down when, you know, in order for him to kind of deal with his baby. The way she explained it was freaking amazing and awesome, because it also goes to show that sometimes your timeline will intersect with other people's timeline, and their highs are nothing compared to even your lows. So you could potentially be, you know, riding the wave and it's here. Meanwhile, they're content with their wave, you know, being the way it is. And even though they have highs on their timeline, they don't have the highs that you have. And then it creates havoc. And this is why you have a back and forth with people today. You have to be name called and, you know, the lowest of the low or whatever it is for a person to even, you know, even grasp the idea or the mindset of, it's not that I'm trying to be ignorant. It's not that I'm trying to be better than anybody. It's just that our timelines have always been so different, and that's just the way that it is. That's your pathway. That's your journey. This is my pathway. This is my journey. And this is how it goes. So, I don't know. Either way, unhealed wounds. If someone grew up feeling overlooked, rejected, or not enough, your visibility can trigger that old pain. Identity threat. If you build their identity, if they build their identity around being the smart one, the pretty one, the spiritual one, etc., and you enter the lane confidently, it can shape them. This is the thing about being the smartest person in the room, though. What else you gonna do? Like, you need to have people around you that, you know, it's like a, I don't know how to actually explain it, but it's like you being the smartest person in the room, but you can never know everything. That means you're limiting yourself. This is why even today when I said tag your whoever. Why? Because I need for people to like fact check me, right? And so in the process of fact checking, people fail to realize, right? Depending upon the level, I keep telling y'all about this book. This book over here starts history at this moment, right? And so that's all they have privy to. That's all they're privy to is this period in time. They didn't think that they should go back a little bit further to figure out that there was something else, or maybe that was their intentions, right? So it's like even trying to find out like history and things of that nature. And this is one thing that I was trying to explain to my son today, right? Because I have an issue along the DNA journey, right? And mind you, it's not even my issue along the DNA journey. It is just that I'm trying to make sure that I uncover everything that needs to be uncovered, because I'm trying to leave my kids a history of, you know, everything that they need. So mind you, in the process of that, I didn't even call the nigga that I don't even, you know, talk to, because I need his side of the family's, you know, documentation and this, that, and the third. So I'm making sure that they have whatever it is they need to have, right? The fact of the matter is this. I don't know if people really understand how DNA works and lineage works and history and everything else works, right? So I have to do a compilation of birth certificates and this, that, and the third for people, right? And whether it be me, my children, their fathers, mama's baby, papa's maybe, right? So my children could potentially have their father's name on their birth certificate. Mind you, it's even going up. So my mom, her mom, her dad, like all of these people, everybody. But the thing is once you spit in that cup, it's a whole different ball game, because the paperwork can lie. People can lie. People can cover up. And as y'all know, people did a lot of things. I mean, I did a lot of things. Y'all probably do a lot of things. And so my kid's birth certificate could read this nigga and this nigga. Meanwhile, that ain't the nigga. You see what I'm saying? So once that spit goes in that cup and Ancestry or 23andMe, whoever y'all start taking, starts coming back, and mind you, this is one of the things that have to be given in order for, like I told y'all about the wealth transfer and how land and things of that nature was taken, and it was taken illegally, and for you to get it back, you have to prove who you are, and that requires spitting in a cup. They don't care about whose name is where. And that's something that people have to understand. So, recently there was a thing where a lady, and it kind of disappointed the family, because this what happened. So a lady said that she was growing up with her cousin, right? And so growing up, her and her cousin, she said facts. Yep, yes, because it don't matter whose name is where. That it don't matter. Once the connection starts being that spit in that cup, that's what matters. This is how they connect you to your father, because they will tell paternal or maternal. That spit don't lie. The people might, but the spit don't. All right, so the lady said she was growing up with her cousin. Her and her cousin look, very eerily dissimilar. And so it was a joke in the family that they could potentially be sisters. But it would be a shame because that's the mother's sister. Long story short, adults, they grew into adults and now they can do whatever they want. So as children, the parents are not going to do it because it's a shame the way you mess around with my heart. So shame, right? It's going to bring shame on the family if you find out that this person is this person's actual sister. Mind you, the sister didn't want to tell the other sister that she slept with her man. Okay? Anyway, long story short, you can go look for it on TikTok because the lady's right there. She's telling the story and everything. But when they ended up doing the DNA test, at first it was laughter and funny because, oh, what if my cousin is my sister? Until the DNA results came back. And guess what? They're sisters. So that means that the sisters are sisters and now the cousins are sisters. Mind you, when she came back to tell the story, because she literally is giving her story on TikTok, when she came back to tell the story, she said, I'm going to give y'all the information because I know I did this here, but I don't want to talk about it no more, because now she realized that her mother, like how messed up it is for her mom to now know that her sister has a baby by her dad. And all for intents purposes, it was a joke from the beginning. Even still, it wasn't their fault because they didn't do anything wrong. That had something to do with the man and the sister. That's what that had to do with. And so when people start shaking family trees and this, that, and the third, and old sticks and stones and, the dirt comes out, then people start looking at you, or people are mad with you, but meanwhile, you didn't do it. So, just a scenario in a case, right? That was just one case. That wasn't mine. This was some lady online. So, the funny part about that story, right, is recently, since I already did the spit in the cup. I did it a long time ago. So as of now, they have my DNA. And so they start to connect me with different people. Mind you, certain people I don't know anyway. So it don't even matter, right? So when these people show up and they're saying I'm related to you, I don't even know where you came from. And I don't know who. Like, I'm glad because I'm talking to them. And for one person, I'm actually helping them, help trace our lineage. Because in helping her, it started to help me. But the funny part is it did this. So come to find out, my dad has I have a sister on my dad's side. So already knew that, grew up knowing her and, spent some time with her and everything else. So it's not, that we don't know each other. The funny part is that recently a name came up connected to my mother's side of the family. That is my sister's actual family. So I haven't connected the dots yet, but there could be a potential that my sister is my sister and my cousin, but not through, anything other than the fact that on my dad's side, she is my sister because that's my dad. But somewhere down the line, her family could be connected to mine. Which also is a thing, why DNA and why genetics is important, because people fail to realize, especially growing up around in small towns and small cities and things of that nature, stuff like that could potentially happen. Not our fault. She said, so double kin, Lord. I got double kin. I mean, I'm just saying. But mind you, my mom don't know them. So my mom would have never even, I don't even think my mom even liked them. So thank you. Thank you for being here. So it wasn't like my mom or my dad, knew that it was anything down the line at all, period. It's just the area that I'm from is not really a big area. So it is, for all intents purposes, a cousin could have messed with a cousin. Mind you, that wasn't so far-fetched even back there, because I actually have cousins that have babies with other cousins, and mind you, these cousins know that they were related. Not my problem, not my business, not my story to tell, but it does exist. Okay, so it's just funny finding out like how certain things are actually playing out. But again, it don't matter who belongs, it don't matter who's where, because technically what's happening is, as the younger people, or the people who are starting to get to really want to know, hey Mondi, the people that are actually really starting to want to know, they're actually taking the DNA test. And so just like and not to tell her story how the person got connected to me, this person was adopted. No family records of nobody, but my blood started to match her blood. And so when she reached out, here we are. This is why I'm trying to tell everybody, like, at the end of the day, for everything that's going on, for all intents purposes, we can get documentation, we could do this, we could do that, but when them tags start to come back, like right now, I got my ancestry pulled up because I started putting some stuff in there. My aunt had gave me some stuff earlier when she called, and so when she called, I was on live, and so I ended up putting one of the things in there that she ended up having. And so right now, even my family tree being pulled up right here, I can go to the home, because literally I'm trying to trace it, and then still I'm gonna have to get somebody else to trace it, right? It will show trees. All right, so we go to trees. Let me see where it's at, right here. So every time you get on here, it'll show you, which is something that I like. It'll show you that it got, like, there was 9 matches to a person right here. Okay, so I got, my bell was ringing already. Review your top hint from this week. Okay, so there's also something happening that I'm a little bit, and mind you, ain't got nothing to do with me, right? The person that's showing up right here, right now, apparently there's a person that nobody ever knew existed. Another person that's coming up to somebody in my family that it's going to be very shocking. And I'm waiting to see if I can talk to the person, because I need to know where he came from first. But if this person is who it looks like this person is, this going to be an issue. You see, well, not for me. Hey, straight talk. Not for me, because, you know, I'm going to just be talking to my cousin. But it says right here, it's 11 hints on this person right here. Mind you, again, the DNA is talking the way it's talking. I ain't got to say nothing other than the fact, like I said, once that spit went in that cup and now these people are coming out the woodwork, it was some people in here that ended up saying something to me 2 years ago. I didn't know anything about the people or anything. Let me see what's over here again, because again, I got, like, the screen is lit up with stuff that I haven't even looked at yet, because... And it's just funny to me, because as it's happening, I'm over here like, well, dang. Like, who would have thought that this, let me see, who upgraded this? It says this has 8 hints on it. And then it starts to pull, mind you, they pull in newspaper clippings. This how serious this stuff is. Like, once it puts it in there, it literally starts to pull these people's names. It's old. Look, right here. It says newspaper. Or maybe it might not let me click on it. usnewspaper.com. It's pulling people's names out of old census records, old newspapers, old documents. One of the people I found, they ended up being like a farmer or something. And then they had like one of the biggest fruit or something. One of the biggest, no, it was a pumpkin or something. And that person was in the paper. It's pulling that. Like, y'all would be surprised when y'all start actually doing it and start pulling up a lot of y'all stuff. You're going to be shocked to see a lot of the stuff that it actually pulls up, because who would have knew? It has newspapers from the 1800s is what it says. It says Stories and Events Index 1800 to current. this is the type of stuff that, well, they won't let me see it because I haven't paid for my ancestry either, and so I'm going to end up having to do it because literally, like, some of the hints in here that I need, they not letting me pull it up. But then I'm gonna have to talk to a person that actually, on my dad's mom's side, one of my cousins actually did the lineage, and he has a whole booklet that got sent to me. And so I gotta go and see if I can find it because this was a while ago. But literally, they documented every person. They ended up, some of them went and did the Indian registry that is from Delaware and everything else. So mind you, it's some other cousins that are, you know, younger people that are also doing the same exact thing, which is actually pretty amazing because when they gave us back, when they sent the paperwork to me, it was like files like this thick of paperwork that came back from the family, that background. So that, my one person, my one grandmom, I don't have to do nothing with her because one of my other cousins did it. And so, and we have the same, my grandmother and their grandfather's brothers and sisters. So whoever the person is, because I don't know actually who did it. Well, I think one of my cousins did it. But my grandmother and their grandfather is brother and sister. So we have the same grandfather, great grandfather, grandmother. So they had the same mom, same dad. But again, the weird thing is, mama's baby, papa's maybe. And y'all know back then, Papa was a rolling stone. Wherever he laid his hat was his home. And when he died, all he left us was alone. Anyway, y'all, I never knew I was going to have such a good time doing this. But literally, I'm telling you, even like right here, it is records. It's saying new records, and it's just stuff popping up. And it's like a treasure hunt for the ancient people and the old people. And then sooner or later, somebody starts to put pictures and things of it. You okay, RJ? You alright? You need anything? No, I'm alright. Somebody starts to put pictures and things in here, and that always surprises me because then I get to see people back in time. So one of my cousins, they ended up they did a family reunion. It's the same people that did it on my grandmom's side. They ended up creating a booklet with all the family members that was in there. And so somehow they found the lady. I don't know who the lady is because it has like a question mark. Who is this? So I don't know, but I like seeing stuff like that too because it's like the old pictures that actually pop up are actually pretty amazing too because, like, who would have ever thought? Anyway, history and I didn't mean to do that. Right here, locating the people in your lineage and seeing your tree get bigger and bigger is like pretty freaking awesome. So I don't know, but I'm liking that. But we ain't got down to the nitty gritty yet because the nitty gritty is going to be when all the other stuff has to take place and you literally got to put this with this and this and that and throughout everything that the people are saying. And so, there's a story in everything. Let me see. Like this person, because again, it's like and I don't want to say like the slave trade or any of that. It's the Indian registry and things of that nature. Because even after I got offline with y'all earlier today, what ended up coming up was another lady saying how they reclassify somebody. And on certain people's birth certificates, they put black, they put Negro, they put this, that, or the third. And come to find out, I think my aunt said that that's on one of the other people's birth certificates. She's supposed to send it to me. But that right there is one of the reasons why, or one of the ways that something was up with it. Okay, so we shall see because I ain't got the digging. Right now I got to 1, 2, 3. No, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bars on my tree right now. And so no, I'm lying. I got 6. I just don't know what the other one is above that yet. So somebody pulled some documents and apparently there's something that's there. But it says you still have 16 potential ancestors to discover. And mind you, we already back, I think, into, let me see who this is. Because they do the same exact thing. It says you have to unlock the ancestors. You have to unlock this part. So, I don't know. But anyway, I was just loving the fact that that was happening, and this moment in time is always, you know, what I'm saying is very, very special, because different things happen and energy shifts and all that other stuff. How was your day, Majestic Grace? Did you have a great day? Straight talk, how was your day? Because literally, I just said, I got out of the shower, I went and took a shower, and then I just came and wanted to get on with y'all for a little bit, see what y'all was doing, talk to y'all, give y'all a little bit of information. Because even when I was in the shower, that was the thing that was coming out. Like, this is about to be an adventure and a journey all on its own. Mind you, why does this only have this many people in here? This ain't even right, because they should have a whole lot more in there, too. Something is missing. I know I put all of these people in here a while ago. I don't know. And mind you, y'all, just so y'all know, this thing is pulling up old school records and all types of stuff. It's pulling up obituaries. It's pulling up the yearbooks and stuff. Like I said, some of that stuff that they talking about in them files. The AM was crazy, but this the end of the day, and they days is about to end. I know that's right. So it's pulling up old school books and all types of stuff. So I don't know how they doing it, but like I said, it's also reminding me of the files that have been leaked and coming out. And you know how them people are saying that they found out that the people that did the school yearbooks and stuff for the schools is in the files. Y'all, I don't know how they are, you know, how it links everything or what this actually does, but this thing is crazy how they pulling up old pictures from like forever, which is also pretty freaking amazing too. So, you know, there is that, but all I know is, why is this way? This ain't making sense, because I didn't do this like this. I could have swore I added everybody. Oh, and the other part is that I like is because I'm a donor to the trees. So when other people see how far back your family goes, we think we found somebody else's mother. Check on the parent's name to view the details. Like, literally, it's popping up other stuff as I'm clicking around. So it's popping up other stuff. Mind you, I don't know who these people is, so I can't say who is who and what's what. All I know is that although they're pulling up paperwork and documentation, it is when the people, let me see if I got any messages, because this is how I found some people before. They started messaging me and saying stuff in here. Like right now, excuse me, this lady right here, her name is Cindy. This is a white lady. And this lady saying, hello, my name is Cindy, and you show up as a possible 4th to 6th cousin. I am trying to make a connection. I noticed that you have Coleman's in your tree. My paternal great-grandmother is Susan. She married this person. Don't have the same last name as them. And then it says, I think I have to check. They lived in East Newmarket, Maryland, which is actually my family, because that's where one of the documents came from, is Maryland. I don't know anyone who has any information on my great-grandmother. Does this information sound at all familiar? Looking forward to hearing from you. But she didn't send a message. Mind you, this is from 2019. The other person was from 2020. I didn't even see her, so I'm going to email her back. Hopefully she still has her account. But anyway, the people that I just emailed back from 2022, I talked to both of them. But let me see what she said again, because I don't know how that worked. She said, mind you, this lady's white as snow. She said, possibly my 4th to 6th cousin. It should show. I don't know why she can't see the connection. She might not pay for hers anyway. But anyway, I did respond to her. I must have responded to her back in 2020. I said, honestly, didn't know anything about the Coleman side of my family at all. That's the reason I did the DNA, because I'm very curious to find out. Mind you, here she is. So I need to email her again, because she never emailed back after that, and see how they are related. I never even knew you could click that. All right, it says see how they're related. But again, they want you to pay for something, and I ain't paid for it yet. So that's the other part. So now, they won't even let me email the lady back. So apparently that was my last email back then. But anyway, I don't even recall even seeing her. Then they got see all the messages. Cindy, I gotta find out how I can talk to you. My one cousin that I do know that he's in here too. He's asking me about another cousin. This person's name right here. This is October 2018. Grace and peace. My name is Tracy. She telling me where she from, and I'm trying to connect to some of my relatives on my father's side. My mother name, mind you, I don't even know these people at all, period. But this is how Ancestry is literally linking people. Your DNA matches their DNA, and I don't know none of these names. It says Gulledge, Gulledge. I think that's their last name. I've never met him and would like to know if I have any siblings or other family. Bless you. I don't know none of these people. Mind you, they from up that way. But she didn't tell me her connection to me either. But like I said, once I log in and it'll start sending people, it's more people down here. This lady says, I don't know what the hell, what she look like. It won't show me, it won't make her picture bigger. Her picture this little. This person's name is Carmen. I just found out that we share the same DNA somewhere down the line. I only got the 7-day free trial and bought the DNA test. So if you are if you are a full member and willing to share info on how we're related, I would like to know. I guess I'll send her. She sent me an email. But again, you have to view the match, and don't know where she came from either. So this person, who is this? Hello, Tylishia. Do you have any, that's another person that apparently we are very close because those are my grandmom's actual family. But, like I said, all you have to do is just do the one part and everything starts to fall into place. But after the DNA gets done, and then it's like certifications on different birth certificates and this, that, and the third actually has to be done too. And then that's as far as I got right now. So then I'll tell y'all what the next step is after that in order to, kind of do whatever else it is that has to be done along the way. But, yeah, make sure that's one of y'all processes that you put in there, because literally is one thing about the documents, having the birth certificates to, your parents and grandparents and things of that nature, but those birth certificates might not matter at all, period, if in fact that blood comes back to be somebody else's. And so I don't know what happens after that. Because I ain't got that far yet. So, that's all I got for y'all. Other than that, what y'all doing for the night? Anything good? I can tell y'all some stuff about some other origins of my DNA that I thought was actually pretty freaking, something. So I have 6%, Southwestern England and Northwestern Europe, okay? And it says that the regions along the English Channel share more than 1,000 years of history. Southern England, French, Normandy, and the Low Countries of Belgium and the Netherlands have been linked by trade, conquest, and cultural exchange since medieval times. Imported Cotswold wool was spun by Flemish weavers. Norman stones and architectural styles shaped English cathedrals, such as commercial connections preceding William the Conqueror's in 1066 invasion, which transformed English history and language. Centuries later, these coastlines became battlegrounds during the world wars of the 1900s. Today, the Channel Tunnel, shipping routes, and airlines continue the connection linking England and mainland Europe. She said, tonight I'm working to get my case approved, and period. I know that's right. Well, you see what I'm over here working on, so that's what I got. A bunch of history, and mind you, I love seeing stuff like this because it makes more sense about me, like, you know what I mean, why I am the way that I am. I mean, because even though it's like very small percentages, even of that, it just seems like it makes sense, you know. One thing that I also love, it is extending through South Central and Southwestern Africa. Our Western Bantu peoples region winds through tropical rainforests, humid savanna, and semi-arid deserts. Arid deserts started about 3,000 years ago. Bantu speaking peoples spread from the area around the border of modern day Cameroon, Nigeria, through much of sub-Saharan Africa, and in the greatest migrations in human history. Today, the region is home to unrivaled ethnic and linguistic diversity. So it says also found in this area are Botswana, Burundi, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Equatorial Ghana, Gabon, Kenya, Madagascar, Malawi, Mauritius, Mozambique, Qatar, Reunion, Rwanda, Sao Tome and Principe, Seychelles, South African, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. That's only 7% though. I mean, it's the same as the other, like, you know, it's like low ones, but still. The places look very, very pretty, so I do actually like looking at that too. But mind you, I done looked at this multiple times, and I think they're also changing some of the ways they be doing some stuff on here, because I think they're adding stuff to it as it's going on or something. I don't know, but I do notice that there is some different stuff that happens. But the thing is, until I unlock it again, because when I was in there before, it's a different thing, but now it's something there, and it will now actually show you DNA by parent. So it'll tell me which one of my parents is linking me there. It'll also show, it says chromosome painter, see your ancestral regions, inheritance patent on your DNA. So it'll tell which one, whether or not that's my mom or my dad that is actually doing that, or, you know, if it's both of them, if they have, you know, whatever. So I actually do like that. But like I said, I ain't got into it all the way to see that. Let me see what else is in there. Cameroon, 7%. Our Cameroon region boasts a rich tapestry of landscapes, of beaches and deserts, to mountains, grasslands, and rainforests. The picture that they have is very pretty. The people are as diverse as the landscape. Many speak 4 or more languages. They practice Christianity, Islam, animist religions, or a hybrid of 2 or more. See what I'm saying? It makes so much sense. That's why I said I was going to use them all. Hospitality is important, especially sharing food with visitors. The Kutsi, I think it is, Bikutsi, and Makossa are 2 of the region's popular music styles, and music and dance are common ways to mark festival occasions, including holiday, weddings, coronations, and births. Also found Angola, Burundi, Gabon, Kenya, Malawi, Mozambique, Republic of the Congo, Rwanda, Seychelles, Tanzania, Uganda, Zambia, and Zimbabwe. So those are just some things that are on there. Anyway, so I'm still working on this, and as I find out, I will let y'all know. It says, what does these colors mean? What do these colors mean? It shows, what do the colors mean? On average, people native to this area get, it don't say, it just says get. And then it says, questions about your Cameroon results. This doesn't mean your results are less accurate or that you have a secret Cameroon relative. It says, compare with matches. Which regions do you have in common, and which ones are unique? So it'll do that, compare your DNA, but I don't know if that's something that you have to buy or not too. Yeah, it's also saying they've added an extra layer of something or another that's there. So enable 2-step DNA. We're enhancing the security of Ancestry DNA member data. To access Ancestry DNA, select one of the options below. So I'm going to go back, because I don't know why it's doing that, because I'm already actually in the system, so I don't know why maybe they might be trying to show me something else that I ain't seen, but I don't know. It actually tells you about the lands and the people. It says, along with showing regions average, the map can give you a rough idea of where your ancestors may have lived. This area may be even larger if your percentage is low or they came from many different places. And it says it's 7%. So how do we determine this ancestral region? We estimate your region by comparing your DNA to DNA samples from other groups of people whose families have lived for a long time in one place. For the ancestral region, we've collected samples from people whose family have lived in this area for generations. We use their samples to create unique genetic fingerprints for the ancestral regions that we compare your DNA sample to. It says, let's see what it said. So, because I think people be having a misconception of like certain things that go on with DNA. And I told y'all one time that when I was looking up 23andMe, I didn't do 23andMe, but when I was looking up 23andMe, 23andMe actually goes a little bit further into, it could be like genetic dispositions, I think is what they call them. Like if you have, you're genetically could be disposed to this type of disease or this type of disease, although they didn't necessarily need it, but they was doing it anyway. So why, don't know, but again, it's in those files too, and then I looked it up and it's actually really happening. So that is a thing. It says ancestral regions show where your ancestors likely live 1,000 years ago and what percentage of your DNA looks most similar to DNA from people with long histories in those regions. To find your ancestral region and calculate the percentage, we compare your DNA to the DNA of those people in known origins from around the world called a reference panel. Based on those comparisons, we connect your DNA to different regions and then show how much of your DNA is linked to each one in the percentage range. So it says exploring your ancestral your regions from the ancestry page. Click the DNA. Oh, I don't need that. How we develop ancestral regions. We develop ancestral regions by discovering patterns in DNA that can distinguish one population from another. We start by looking for people with deep family roots in a specific geographic area or cultural group. We mainly use data from the millions of members in our database who have taken a DNA test and built a family tree, as well as people from past scientific studies. These people make up a reference panel for ancestral regions. Next, we analyze the DNA of our reference panel members to find similar patterns that set geographic and cultural regions apart. Combining these patterns with a sophisticated algorithm, we can calculate how much of your DNA looks like people from a specific region. We regularly update the reference panel. That's what I just said, because I can tell something was different too. Because now they got like different, they got my numbers like very specific right now. Before it used to look like a lot here, lot here, lot here, but it wasn't that many different areas. Now it looks like it's got it down to 1% here, 1% here, 1% here, 2% here, 7% here, 6%. Like they getting very detailed with what they're doing. So that's also making it better for me, I think. It says next we analyze the DNA of our reference panels members to find small patterns with next, we analyze the DNA of our reference panel members to find small patterns to set up geographic and cultural regions apart. Combine these patterns with a sophisticated algorithm. Then we calculate how much your DNA looks like the people from specific regions. We regularly update the reference panel to improve the precision of our members' results and add new regions. As more people from different parts of the world take ancestry DNA analysis, we can better identify the slight DNA differences that can be distinguished that can distinguish regional groups. How we name ancestral regions. Most regions are named after modern day places where the reference panel members' families have lived for generations or the groups they are part of. For example, Nepal and the Himalayan foothills, Cornwall, New Zealand, Maori. Finding and calculating your ancestral regions. To find your ancestral regions and calculate your percentages, we compare 1,001 segments of your DNA to the DNA of the people known origins from around the world called the reference panel. Then we see which population of the reference panel each segment of your DNA looks most similar to and add up the results to get your percentages. Since these scientific Since this science is cutting edge, your results also show a likely range. Your actual percentage for a region could fall within. This range could change based on new data and scientific advancements. Like I said, because one time it had a calculation, and then it was like even the same area, because it was like it just said Finland here and then something, but now they got it with a whole lot of different sections. And so that was one of the ones I was showing y'all the other day, because I told y'all I picked from the middle and just went there because it was kind of, interesting to me. Still curious to understand more. Cool. We're glad. We're glad you're as interested in genetics as we are. Check out the ancestral regions white paper to learn more. So it'll actually give you a breakdown of everything that it does and how they're calculating it, and what they're probably not what they actually looking for, but something about the DNA is definitely important, because remember I told y'all them files got a lot of information about DNA. And so at one point in time I was a little bit, I'm glad I did it, but also I was really not that happy that I gave them people my DNA. But the fact of the matter is I was doing it for my son. Like I said, he was doing something for school. He was asking questions, and at this point, it's more important even for things, the history, and everything that's happening right now during these times, to make sure as you move around the country, or as stuff starts to happen, that that where your placement is and where your people's placement is, and how this came about, and how because they're always saying that black people don't have no lineage. Meanwhile, we tracing lineage back far back. That's the only reason why I haven't sent mine and sent in my DNA. I mean, at this point, you have to remember, like, if they really wanted it, they probably already got it. If you ever went to the doctor, ever had a surgery or any of that, and I have, so that was also like a thing. I had to weigh that out, but as of now, I'm kind of happy that I did it, because it's one step that I ain't got to do in the process of, doing the birth certificates and this, that, and third. But I don't know. The thing that I actually have to look up is, I don't know if the blood test for indigenous, like the Indian Native American blood, is different than, if this is the same test, or if I could, they know that I did this and they can check it that way. I mean, because they know where the lands are. They know where the stuff came from, because that's also there too. Like, they break this thing down, like, very specific, even to like when you could have came into this country, and the people that are connected, where they got shipped to and everything else. So it's a whole little thing. At this point, who is this? Hey, oh man, I don't know why other people are in here. Oh, she has a baby, that's why. She said, because I was wondering why she sent this, when the cousin that she's talking about, I grew up with, she's tracing it for her son. She said, hey, we share a family tree. We're related through Ruby Hopkins, but it won't show me her spouse or kids. Why I can't see their pictures, though? That's the part I don't understand. And then that's weird, because she's asking, but the person that she's also talking about, that's my first cousin. Like, literally, that's my mom's brother's son. And then she's saying she's related to me through this person. So if that's the case, then they're related. So it don't make sense. You're so right. I was in the hospital for almost a month. They got some of everything. That's what I'm saying. So at this point, it would benefit you to kind of more or less do the tracing before the people start doing, weird stuff. Because to me, I feel like if we get it out the way and we already know and we already got the documentation, they can't, kind of confuse the information later. Because as you know, they're trying to get rid of documents and hide stuff and everything else. So if you already got it, there's nothing they could do. They can't say, oh, this didn't exist, that, and the third. Yes, it did, because I got the DNA and I also have the documentation. It was already written right here. You see how everything that they're trying to hide, everything they're trying to cover up, everything they're trying to erase away, but certain things they can't erase away, because once you put this, that, or the third happen, all of a sudden it has to start pulling from somewhere else. So You know, they want to start the timeline from this date. They don't want to go back to what was before. Like I was telling y'all earlier today, the message about the land being taken and them trying to start it from this point in time after Columbus came here and then this man, America, something, no, it has to go back before that. Thousands of years before that, it was already proven that these people lived here. They had laws, they had governance. Y'all came in, y'all did a bunch of weird stuff, and now you're trying to start the timeline, the wheel, from where y'all benefit from it. No, you can't do that. That's illegal. So if we're going to use the laws, and these are the laws y'all created, we're going to use your laws and prove that you did wrong. It's as simple as that. But if we give them the opportunity to really actually erase it and just start from where they're starting from, we're going to be messed up. And that's not what we should do. We should fix it right now while we have an opportunity to do it. And so that's one of the things. You have to take the test. In order for you to take the test, that also then starts the timeline clicking on whether or not this paperwork's right, and this paperwork's right, and this paperwork's right. Because guess what? If the paperwork ain't right, the DNA is going to tell it. Because somebody is going to take a test that belongs to a family that will show that your DNA connects to this DNA. How did that come about? Because somebody in your family is connected to this person. You can't lie after that. So people can put anything on a birth certificate. I know, I did it. So, you know, that's just a fact. And so at the end of the day going to end, and the day going to end on that blood match this blood. It got to be right. So now you got to go back and undo some things that said this, but meanwhile, you can only undo things when you have facts, and the facts say that I took it. That's science. They're not going to dispute the science. People can argue all day long till the cows come home. But if the science say that, that's it. That's all. They're not going to give a damn what you wrote, they wrote, your mama wrote, nobody wrote. They going to care what, how did you get connected to this? How are you connected to the land? How are you connected to the property? And if that DNA says this is where it came from, this is where it belongs, that's it. That's all. I don't have to argue with you. I can just tell you what the facts say, and the facts say this. So that's all I know. And that's what I'm going to stand on. So that's why I'm thankful that I took it. And anybody that comes up, nobody can't say, oh, well, they wanting this, that, and the third. No, they don't want nothing. Ancestry said this person is this. That person ain't have to say nothing to me. All that person had to do was spit in a cup. And like I said, I had to say that the other day based off of, on my dad's side, something is happening. And after I talk to the man, then I'll tell y'all. But, I mean, I don't even want to be the bearer of bad news. But, I mean, or good news. Depending upon who's talking. So, there is that. Either way, I'm going to just be thankful that I got some new family members that I didn't know, and be thankful that I'm able to do it. So, that's all I got. Anyway, I'm about to go to bed, and hopefully my hair, it ain't even nowhere near remotely dry. And I hate when I go to, I wet it, and then all of a sudden I lay on it, because if I don't do it right, if I don't tie it down right, it's going to be like this. It's going to look like extra short, and then it's going to be stuck. And so, there's that. But I damn sure ain't going to dry. I'm just pulling the ponytail and pray for the best. So, love y'all, and see y'all in the morning, in the AM. Go with God. Have wonderful dreams. I told y'all I went to sleep listening to the Torah last night. And I mean, not the Torah, it was the Kabbalah. And I swear I think it put me in a coma. Because I heard nothing. Mind you, when I went to sleep listening to the Torah, I was woke half the night, because all they talk about is ritual this, blood ritual that, and this sacrifice and this sacrifice. I was barely going to sleep. Listen to the Quran, I'll be, you know, sleep like I'm supposed to be. In and out, this, that, and the third. But I'm going to listen to the Kabbalion again tonight. And no, that's the Torah. I'm going to listen to this one again tonight, and we'll see what happens. But, y'all, it's something that keeps coming up, and it's in the Quran, and it's in this book. It was talking about, the Quran says something about 7 heavens. Seven heavens, I think. This book was talking about, the one part that I was hearing was 7 layers of something. Like each layer there's something else. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna go sleep listening to this. I'm still streaming on Twitch for 30 something days. I'm trying to see if I could do 100. And so if y'all want to happen to, you know, pop on in, I'll be doing sleep streams because I'll be literally leaving it running. It's been running for that many days. Don't forget, I don't teach tarot. The link is in the bio. In the bio, yes. Link is in the bio. And after you get it, let me know. Make sure y'all leave me a good review on the Amazon, please and thank you. Love you. After you get it and read it. See y'all later. Bye. Love you, Abby. See you later. I love you more. See you in Earth School. And, Earth School is actually available too on there too. And I did it under a Kindle. So if you go looking for I Don't Teach Tarot, remember, let me hang up on them because these people to be ones trying to give me a copy, be giving me a mess. If you go, I Don't Teach Tarot is on Amazon. So, and Amazon will send it out pretty quickly. They come out fast. And so, if you go look where the books section are, if you look at the link tree should pop it right up, and this should be the top thing that's there. And when you go look in the link tree and you look on Amazon, it's a thing in there. It's a Kindle called Earth School, and it's stories of probably stuff you already seen from coming to the channel, but things that looking into spiritually, things that we miss. So if you're looking for Earth School's there, and it's not that long. It's an easy read. I got to add some extra chapters because I'm trying to do it as a series. So anyway, I don't teach tarot though. Love y'all.